Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anani. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. So as you guys know, I am currently in an Airbnb. As you guys can see, I am living out of my suitcase. I have plans to be in my home in 3 days. 3 days, and pretty much nothing is completed. Nothing has really gone according to my plan at all. So I am pretty much trapped in here for the day because the plans that I thought I had made had got canceled. So I figure what better time like the present when there is nothing for me to do today except maybe this video. So I'm recording this video for you guys. And today we're going to talk about the things I wish I knew before expatriating to Jamaica. Now, I have actually been to Jamaica multiple times. I actually stayed for a whole month a couple years ago in St. Anne Parish. I stayed in Claremont and I loved it, absolutely loved it. So it made me fall in love with the island, and I knew that I would be moving here immediately. Then last year, the year before that, I actually went to Kingston, stayed there when I was doing my house hunting. Then about a year and a half ago, I actually came to Jamaica. I thought I was actually going to permanently expatriate at that time, but I was not able to. Extenuating circumstances, like you guys know, I'm actually in an active legal case with my former employer. You guys can watch this video. So of course I'm dealing with all of that, and I'm representing myself. So you guys can imagine the stress that I am under. But on top of that, also too, my grandmother had passed away. You guys can click this video if you want to see some information about that. But yeah, lifed, and I ended up having to stay in America longer than I wanted, longer than I anticipated. I ended up getting another job and everything. So yes, guys, but now I am, sorry, I didn't know what that was. Sorry. But yes, guys, now I am here. I have permanently expatriated. I'll tell you guys kind of my plan about how I am planning to stay here permanently in an upcoming video. But yes, I have now permanently expatriated. So I have been on the island for a couple of weeks. I think it'll be about 2 weeks now. And in this time, I had everything planned. I had everything planned about how I was going to be able to get my house comfortable. I knew for a fact I was going to have to be camping out of my house, but I had plans on how to make it not traumatic, not a traumatic experience, something smooth and, you know, overall a little bit comfortable, you know, so I could get in my house, do my work, and make it my home. So one thing, first things first, that I realized in moving to Jamaica, and one thing that I wish I knew, sorry, I'm reading a text message. One thing I wish I knew is that plans will shift even if you've planned for it. Everything will shift even if you plan for it. You can have things that you think is set in stone, but when your feet are on the ground and you are expatriating for real, no. You have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to go with the flow. You have to be able to roll with the punches. Even like I say, right now, today, I am in a very situation, to say the least, guys. Like, I think the word overwhelmed would be an understatement. I'm in an extremely situation. And basically, I am moving in my house in 3 days and nothing is complete. Nothing is complete. Nothing that I had wanted to be done is complete. And that kind of leads me into my second point, the thing that I wish I would have known before moving to Jamaica. Jamaicans are on their own time schedule. I'm going to say that again. Jamaicans are on their own time schedule. Okay? Now, being a Black person from America, we are very much familiar with the term CP time, honey. And we all know what that means. Black people, they take forever, okay? If the event is at 3, they will probably be rolling in at 3:34, sort of a thing, right? So it's not a concept that I'm unfamiliar with. Also, too, when I moved here, before I moved here, rather, I was knowing that Jamaicans do move very slowly. Like, it is kind of like everything's all right, we got time, sort of an energy, sort of a mentality. But I did not realize the extent, I don't think, of that. So it's not just like everyday people that kind of have like a everything's all good, take your time kind of a mentality. No, it's their government, their city workers, like anybody you can think of. It is slow. It is very slow. A process that might take, literally, I kid you not, 24 hours in America is going to take you maybe 3 days in Jamaica, and you must account for it. Also, too, I would highly recommend, again, in America, it's kind of easy to do things online, you know, get the turnaround immediately, have somebody follow up, call you. No, it is very much not like that in Jamaica. I would highly recommend, if you want something done, go into the building to do it. Go into the building to do it. Like, do not do something online and they say, oh, we'll call you in 72 hours. No, they won't. No, they won't. You're going to have to actually go in person. If you want something done, go and do it. Period, point blank. It is not rushed and you can't do anything about it. Like, you're on a whole different country's type time schedule, so you gotta roll with the punches. Another thing too that I wish I would have known, and see, I actually mean this like not in necessarily a bad way, but it comes with things I don't think I understood, right? So it's real interesting, and I'll talk about that in another point, but Jamaicans are actually real hospitable, real friendly, and really willing to help. They are very much willing to help you and things like that. The friendliest people I think I've ever met in my life, right? And so I think because of that, a lot of times, like sometimes you'll try to give certain people certain chances because you want to help them out and stuff like that, right? But what you have to realize, and one of the things that I wish that I knew fully, when somebody is doing you favors and stuff like that, sometimes you trade in maybe cost or whatever for professionalism. So bookings and things like that you have scheduled, and you're like, okay, aren't we supposed to be here today to do this and this and this? Sometimes, like, if they're just not feeling it, it's just not feeling it. And again, like, you're dependent on it because of course you're like in a foreign country, you don't know anybody, you don't know A, B, C, and D, right? So you're having to depend on people. And of course, like I say, they're saying, okay, we're gonna help and we're gonna do this, and oh Lord, sorry, I'm trying to look out the windows, the car coming. So people will tell you, I can help you with this, I can help you with that, I can help you with this, I can help you with that. And they very much can. But again, I think I've made the mistake where I put 100% trust in the word. And like I say, when somebody is doing you a favor, you definitely trade professionalism out sometimes. So like I say, I think that's actually kind of where I've messed up this time. I think I had plans for myself that I wanted to achieve. I had certain timelines, but certain things that I wanted done, you know, I was told that, no, you can get it for this, or I can do it for this, or I can do this for this. And so I ended up shifting all of my plans and focusing that energy onto the person. And like I said, I'm in this predicament now where I'm 3 days out and nothing is complete that I need done, you know? So like I say, it's a catch-22. Yes, you will definitely find people and they will help you out 100%. And sometimes, yes, it's instantaneous. They're able to do something, A, B, C, and D. They might be more professional than others, A, B, C, and D. But just be aware, like always have either Secure it for that day. Secure it for that day. When they say they can do it, make sure it's done that day. Or like I say, always make, oh my God, that girl. Let me show y'all. This big old cow, baby, just walked straight. I said, what kind of dog is this? Oh my God, can y'all see this big old cow? Oh my goodness, child. Baby, I said, what kind of foolishness is going on here? I don't know what that was. But yeah, guys, so secure it that day, or make sure you have plans, backup plans, and backup plans for your backup plan, right? Another thing that I wish I knew before I moved to Jamaica: customer service here sucks. It sucks. Do not expect a smile. Do not expect a hello. Do not expect a thank you, come again. It is very much, what are you here for? This is how you do it. And don't expect, like, that was even too friendly. It's attitude. Now, I will say you can go into some establishments and find actually people that are nice, that'll smile and say thank you and how can I help you. But when I tell you that the rarity of that, out of 10 shops you visit, maybe 2 is going to give you that kind of customer service. So I don't know what customer service is like in other countries, but typically in America, you know, you might have some stank people, but overall, the goal is good customer service, right? You're not going to get that here. I don't know what the energy is, but it's like, we're tired. We're just here to make this money. And I mean, I guess like it is what it is. You get your paycheck and go. It's no thrills, no frills. But baby, do not expect a smile. Do not expect any of that. And especially if you have an accent, like I will say this though, they're pretty much stank across the board. It's just stank customer service across the spectrum. But I will say, you might get a little extra oomph because you're a foreigner. But like I said, even when I see them talking to like the Jamaicans that I have around me, they're just stank all around. So yeah, it's definitely like that. Now, in the same vein, one thing, like I say, customer service is stank, but then again, like you'll still meet like the most friendliest people you've ever met in your life, like on the island, like the most hospitable people ever, like that you've ever met on the island. Like I say, the lady that I've been with, Miss Buck, like literally feels like a surrogate grandma. Like I could literally just walk down if I wanted to and be like, hey, you got a plate? Like it feels like that type of an energy, right? So it's so funny. It's like it can be so stank on one end of the spectrum and then so loving on the other. It's like so strange, but I will say that do not expect friendly service. And even me, like when I go into stores now, I used to be very, hi, like, how are you, da, da, da. And I would get met with, I mean, like, what do you want? Like, I mean, that kind of energy. So I stopped doing that now. Now it's just like, I need this, and this, da, da, da. And again, I read the energy. If the associate is looking like that off rip, then that's how I'm coming off rip. If they look nice, then of course I'm going to go back to the default settings. You know what I'm saying? But off rip, baby, nah. They do not expect no thrills, no frills, no cutes, no loops, okay? Because they do not care. They are here to get that money and dip, honey. Another thing I wish I knew. Let me tell y'all something. So everybody knows that patois is, ooh, that scared me. Patois is basically broken English, right? And I'm going to say basically, because I'm about to tell you guys something totally different than what you might not have heard before, okay? Patois is a whole nother language unto itself. And I know that might sound like, duh, of course it is, duh. But no, like I say, like kind of like how I was told and stuff like that. And even they will tell you here, like, oh yeah, patois is broken English. Baby, it is so much more. It is so much more than broken English, because they have different words that they use for different things in English. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes it can be quite hard to understand. quite hard to understand. So what I've been doing, you know, I'm trying to do my little research on the side, so I can, you know, kind of try to start understanding them a bit better. You know, you're in their country. It's only respectful to, you know, try to adapt, obviously, to their language, obviously, right? But what I will say is sometimes, and I try my best not to come off disrespectful, but sometimes I do find myself being like, could you repeat that for me? Or could you say it one more time, da da da. And for the most part, I don't think people take offense to it. I do think they repeat because they do understand, like, Americans kind of talk a bit slower. But, you know, sometimes, like, I can tell people just, like, will stop talking in general, you know? But I don't want them to stop talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, please repeat, like, because I really do want to understand. But like I say, I've learned, like, oh, it's different ways that they say things, and especially like when it's going real fast, it's real hard sometimes to discern. Now, like I say, as I've been here, and the longer you are here, the longer you can kind of like put two and two together, right? So at first I did not get it, but I started understanding, like, oh, they don't really say I. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really say, like, oh, I'm going to the store. Now, this is not probably how they would say it perfectly, but I'm giving you guys an example out there if you're American or maybe a foreigner. But typically, for anything with I, they will say something like me. So, for example, this is, again, not real Jamaican patois, but I'm giving you an example. Instead of I'm going to the store, it would be like me going to the store. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what? But when you start hearing it over and over and over again, you're like, oh, that's what they're doing. They're substituting I for me, sort of a thing, right? Or, for example, like, in America, we would say, like, okay, I'm about to go home. Like, I'm going home. They don't say that really here. If they're going home, they'll be like, oh, I'm going to me yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, not my house. I'm going to me yard, like yard. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's like, yes, even though it's American, like, or English, even though it's English, it's like a totally different monster. Or even, for example, like I say, like, in America, we'd be like, oh, I have to go to school or whatever. I'm just saying, right? Here, like, for have to or something like that, they'll say, like, HAFFI, like haffy, you know? So it's like, I have to go to the store, me haffy, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's way different. It is way different. So, like I say, it takes a little bit of getting used to. One thing I wish I would have known, it's not just, oh, broken English. Like, it's not like Ebonics, like, you know, where you can just like pick it up because it's Ebonics. Some things you can, but like, no, it's not like that kind of broken English, like how we talk in the South or something like that. No, this is like a whole different animal, right? And you can understand it, like, if you really lock in, but it does take a little bit of locking in. And so that is what I'm working on now. Really trying to understand the language, really trying to get it so I can limit how many times I say, could you repeat that? You know, so I'm trying not to sound like completely like an American, like an American disrespectful, get out of here kind of a person, you know? Next thing I wish I knew before moving to Jamaica. Baby, let me tell you something. If y'all thought, oh, the little locked kiosk, you know, at Walgreens or Beauty Supply or something like that was like annoying in the States, baby, let me tell you something. Everything in Jamaica is theft protected. Matter of fact, out of 10 stores you go to, 8 are going to have people at the door checking that receipt. And I don't mean a little glance. I mean reading that all the way down to make sure what you have in that cart is what is on this receipt. When I tell you they get down about theft protection, they do not play. Everything is theft protected, and it's not unlikely to go to a store and see a policeman out there just carrying, like, just, and I don't mean like, oh, little pistol, like, oh, like we have in America. No, sir. I mean long gun. Like, they do not play around. So that is one thing that I wish I would have known. Like, it's not like, oh, you buy your stuff and like, oh, just go out the door. No. And I don't mean like little Walmart, oh, every other 100 customer, they check your receipt. No, sir. No, ma'am. When I tell you every customer exits that door. So it's not just like this free, oh, let me just walk out sort of a thing. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, no, sir. You will be checked. So, I mean, it's great, of course, for theft prevention. I mean, it is what it is. But, you know, sometimes it does feel quite a bit restricting. But it is what it is. I mean, if you're not stealing, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But just do keep note of that, baby. Everything is theft protected, and they get down. They do not play about the stealing and the thievery, as they shouldn't. But yeah, just keep that in mind, baby. And let me tell y'all something. This next thing is not for the faint of heart. Let me tell y'all about Jamaican driving. When I tell y'all, Jamaicans get down behind the wheel, like every street feels like a Grand Prix. Every street feels like a Grand Prix. Like it's almost like, y'all, it's almost like driving rules are a request. Like a request. Like when I tell you, like, we'll blow past, like if a car is coming this way, like we'll, like, and I mean, I kid you not, if a car is coming this way and you're coming this way, right? But you want to pass this car, even though this one is coming right here, you can go full speed and hope you miss this car to cross into, to skip this person that was in front of you. It is insane. And it's not like, oh, in America, like, oh, if it's double yellow lines or this, you can do this. No, sir. No, sir. It's wherever you are. If you feel like you can, sorry, I'm reading reading a message. If you feel like you can pass this car, fingers crossed, and they will do it. So it's like the roads are bumpy, potholes everywhere. Like when I tell you Jamaicans get down, they communicate with their horns. So sometimes horn is not like, ah, you're making me mad. Sometimes horn is, hey girl. Sometimes horn is, oh, I'm about to pull out. Sometimes horn is, please go a little faster. Sometimes horn is, you making me mad. Like it varies. So it's like they use it to communicate. They use it like a hi. They use it like a bye. They use it like a see you at church. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind as well. But baby, if you take nothing else, driving in Jamaica is a Grand Prix, and I don't think I want those issues, which is exactly why I say I think I'm about to be a bike girl. It's called taxi and it's called feet, because I don't want none of those kinds of problems. Like I don't know. So yeah, guys, that is my little $2 of what I wish I knew before I moved here to Jamaica. Like I say, do not let this fool you. When I tell you I love this island, like, I love this freaking island. It's just like I say, I'm a very kind of, you know, I'm a little bit of an anxious person. I'm also quite a perfectionist. And I also like, when I have something in mind, I like it executed that way, because I do it like that for a reason, because I know myself, you know what I'm saying? So I think what quite really threw me off today is, like I say, once again, my plans have been canceled and I'm in a situation that is inducing a lot of anxiety for me, actually. Moving into my house and nothing is complete, and I have 3 days left to do everything. Like I say, especially when I had plans and they got a bit remixed. So if you guys take anything from me, like I say, it's okay to put your trust in people, especially like when you are in a whole different environment, right? Like you're going to have to. I'm expatriating, like I say, I left my home. I'm American, right? So I'm here with, you know, a whole new energy of people, right? So you're going to have to trust somebody sometimes, right? It's just like I say, I would recommend having your plan and do not change it until things are 100% set in stone. I think I made the mistake of thinking it was, but it wasn't fully. And now I am here. But like I say, it's a lesson learned. I'm learning the lesson, so you all do not have to. But do heed my advice and take some of the stuff that I have said in this video, take it to heart, because I do think it will help you in your expatriation journey. But again, do not get it confused. I am overjoyed to be here. You guys have no idea what it took to be here. And I think once the initial stress of me getting into this house is over, I'll be able to kind of take a deep breath. You know, it's just, I wanted things a certain way, but You know, plans pivot and change. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please stick around for the journey. Please stick around for the journey. You guys gotta see what happens next. Come on. But yes, you guys, please subscribe below and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.